everybody. All right, so I'm going to make this video in order to heal everybody who watches it. We'll just see what happens. I'm going to have to work with my spirit guides in order to accomplish this. So people ask me about implant removal and that sort of thing, and I don't really associate with I don't know how to define the language to talk about my feelings about this. So what I have discovered is quite fascinating. So I have discovered that human beings have been going through an evolutionary phase, right? And part of it has inspired us to feel disconnected from the oneness, to feel disconnected from the divine light. So in order to develop the soul properly, sometimes you have to go through the journey of chaos, right? So incarnating here on earth is the journey of chaos in order to find your way back into the light. In order for us to say, I am done with chaos, I choose the light now, I am ready for light. So in order to accomplish this work properly, there have been odd energy systems put in place to help human beings, help souls to accomplish this experience of chaos, experience of separation, experience of mass confusion, right? And so I'm going to have to work with my spirit guides on it. So I'm talking to them right now. I'm like, how do we accomplish this? This work, this video, what I'm trying to accomplish here is I'm wanting to remove energy systems from human beings who are ready to let go of the old system of incarnation experience, the old chaos system. We are going through right now is a huge transformation of our identities as a whole species, right? So we're walking into a whole new sort of pathway. We're on a whole new journey of divine light that is really welcoming us through that doorway. And to help human beings get there with more vivacity and inspiration and passion and love, I want to help human beings let go of the old. And in order to let go of the old, I'm wanting to make this video to help remove energy systems or implant systems that have been a part of your incarnation experience, only to get to this point where it is time now to let those go into the past, right? So they're like, Abby does not choose to call them implants. I don't choose to call them implants because people associate implant with a nightmare, a terror, a chaos, and fear, and now fear. So how am I to remove an implant if it terrifies you to consider it, to try to make sense of what that means? It's an energy system. That's what it is. It's an energy system that we would define I define it as an energy system that refracts divine light and alters our perception of true love, of unconditional love. That is what I define it as. And so I'm going to start this experience now. I'm going to start this healing now for every single person who watches this video. I'm making this video for all of humanity. So, you can go to spiritual healers and specifically ask for this to be removed. I feel it's too easy for me to remove this stuff. I don't really know why. I don't feel that I need to post a service on my website just for removing implants. Because if you choose to have them removed, they are automatically unstuck, and now I can just push them out naturally. It is not hard to remove implants. It's not hard to remove an old energy system when your heart is singing and it is ready to experience divine light. Now divine light removes it naturally. So the human mind seems to think that this is a big deal, this is a big system, this is a big chaos or nightmare. And it is not. It is part of the old. We are coming to a point in our pathway where we are ready to move on from that, right? So my spirit guides are saying, are you ready to remove an old energy system? So you say, yes, I'm ready to remove an old energy system. So let's see what else they say. It's interesting because there's an energy vibration taking place right now. This video is being conducted by Heaven through Abby in order to release old energy systems from you, watcher, viewer, subscriber. You who choose to walk a divine light in the pathway of divine light, is what they're saying. We raise your vibration now, lifting your soul upward, allowing you to achieve a higher dimensional reality and experience, allowing you to let go of what was in order to experience what is now. What is now is divine light. It has no association with energy systems that prevent you from feeling and hearing us, experiencing us, knowing we love you and we are there with you at all times, in all places. Whether in this lifetime or in the next, we are always with you, they say. We love you. We push love through you in order to release anything that is not of a reflection of love. They keep indicating this is heaven, this work is being conducted by heaven. Through Abby. There's pause. They're touching you on your chest here. Heaven is, love is touching you on your chest. And then looking into your eyes. And divine light is being channeled through you right now. It is being channeled through me too. So I'm watching. It's beautiful. We are altering your expression's density. Transforming you into what looks like a liquid. It is the right version of vibration in order to release this mechanism. But these mechanisms, because I always see them the same, they look like little black boxes with red beepers on them. That's just how the energy translates in my mind. It is just symbolic of like a little black box with a beeper on it. They call it control system inactive when you choose to release from it. Choice now provides you with the gift to find freedom, to walk your own pathway in the light of all. Release from the old, they say. Say, I release from the old, to walk a pathway now in the divine light of all. There are many surrounding you. Every person who watches this video at this moment, I get to see how many beacons of light, spirits of light, angels of light are surrounding you and releasing you and helping your soul to enter a new cavity of awareness and experience. A whole new version of truth, a whole new version of reality, a reality that is beyond anything you have ever comprehended before now. A new version of earth even. A new version of love. Love that does not harm, but love that nurtures. They ask you if they're welcoming you into a realm where you experience love that nurtures. That is what this is. But they are also asking you if you feel as though you are entering now into a realm where you are welcomed to experience the love that nurtures. It is both happening and also asked, if that is what you choose. So if you say yes to this, then that is the truth. That is your truth, and you live by that truth. And that is the gift that heaven gives. They are welcoming you here, now. They are helping to release your mind from the ego that inspires you to fear, inspires you to worry, inspires you to feel that like you are. It's interesting. I don't know how to define it, but I call it the ego chaos. They're helping you to release from the ego chaos. Okay. Okay. Kids stopping by. All right, so I'm going to relax and we'll rebalance with this experience. There's a lot of love and there's a lot of joy and there's a lot of happiness about this work that I'm doing to help humanity. Abby's work to help humanity rise above the chaos experience. How many human beings can join Abby in the work that she does to help human beings rise above the chaos experience? Can you help Abby? Can you share love with others to help others heal too? That's what they're saying. They say we can all come together. We can all heal together. We can all love each other. And we can all experience a world where love is all that there is, was, and ever will be. That's what we all want in our hearts. We may not know how that's possible. We may not know what that means exactly. But you cannot deny that love is the one thing that you have been striving to experience your whole life. It's the only thing that has ever mattered to you. It's the one thing that you want morning and night, somebody who understands, somebody to help you through hard times, somebody to heal you, to give you a hug when you need one. We all want this. So, this is impressive. The energy alteration, the experience, the freedom that I experience from this work is beautiful. It's transcending. I'm surrounding you by archangels right now. I'm just going to pay attention to the work for a minute. So if I don't talk for a little bit, I'm working with heaven, I'm saying prayers, and I'm helping to lift you. Okay? I'm just still doing energy work. I'm speaking quite a lot in my mind. I'm working with angels. I'm working with heaven. I'm doing a lot of energy release work. I'm transforming you. I'm filling you with light. I am working to create an energy of protection around you. There's a transcending experience. There's light all around you. There's just too many things happening all at one time for me to use language, so I just need to focus and stay focused on it. It just becomes more impactful, I think, more concentrated work. There's quite a lot of energy work going on. Releasing a lot of old energy cavities as well. Just old energy pockets that kind of get jammed up. So ascension energy, right? It allows us to download information, which pushes up the old goo ball stuff. And then sometimes it just gets kind of jammy in there, and we start to feel emotional. We start to feel vulnerable or fearful for no reason. So that's just energy jams, okay? So we're helping to release out lots of energy so that way you can create the right flow, okay? This is going to help you feel amazing. You're going to find that you feel oddly free, and you don't really understand where that's coming from or why or what that means exactly. So just know that it is work of heaven, work of angels, and you are in the experience of ascension to a new level, a new reality, a new world. What will you do with this gift after it has been given to you? What will you go on to do with your life to help human beings, to help this world? It doesn't have to be like this. It can be really beautiful here. It can be a really beautiful world. There is quite a relaxed sensation that I'm experiencing. Like it's okay for me to close out of this work now. I'm just going to take a moment to rest, and then we'll see what else, if there's anything. I'm just doing some other energy work now. I'm just watching it being done, basically. It has to do with the head region, some sort of energy vibration. It's got kind of an electricity to it. So we're altering the pattern to make it not so zappy and just make it really subtle, and then release it. It's just evaporating right now. It's not part of who and what you are. We are releasing more energy from the gut region. And as this releases, we are filling you with divine light. It is all about release. I'm actually allowed to work with my higher self, Mother Snake. It is hard to define. Her identity is basically to take what is the old and then rebirth it into a whole new identity, a whole new expression. The way that this works, the immaculate experience from it, I don't know how to compare with. What does a snake do? They shed their skin, and underneath the old skin is now glistening new skin, and they've grown, right? Snake has a beginning and an end, but at the same time you could put them in a pretzel and now they're kind of infinite, right? So there's a beginning and an end, but yet they're also infinite. So there's so many different reflections that snakes provide. I think they're extraordinary. They provide medicines out of poisons. So are they poisonous or are they medicinal? Are they terror or are they love? And so she's here helping to acclimate you to a new version of your identity. I need her to do this work to help you. So we're releasing all this old energy contamination, right? So she's actually splitting you into two reflections. One is the old you that we are going to allow into the light. That's like the old skin that is no longer necessary for you. So we allow that to transform in the light, and now here you are, a divine new reflection. So we remove the energy vibrations that are no longer serving your purpose. We're lifting you and ascending you to a new level of experience. And now we allow the old skin to shed and return to the light, and now you are a divine and new infinite reflection. You're beautiful. You're surrounded by archangels. You're surrounded by even more heavenly angels. You're protected by divine light. You inhale divine light, and you find yourself growing and expanding in new ways through love itself, being inspired by love as well. doing the work of love, doing the work of heaven. How do you transform a world? You start working with heaven and asking heaven to inspire you to do things that are going to help, right? I'm telling you, it's amazing. The feeling is amazing. We are doing light work with different colors. All the colors of a rainbow is going one after the other, after the other. And I get to see them all. I mean, yeah, vibrant colors. There's yellow and orange and red and green. One after the other, after the other. It's interesting because they're showing me that all human beings are made up of all the colors of the rainbow. And so they're actually taking you apart and spreading you out and showcasing your rainbow and then putting you back together as one infinite reflection of divine light. That's what they say. Did you know that you are all the colors of the rainbow? How else do you create but to use all the colors of the rainbow? More colors than we are even aware of is what you are made of. That many colors. There's an old energy version of you that is being returned to the light as well. This one's different. It's almost like a smokier version of you just got sucked into the light out of your colors. I mean, out of this massive rainbow of colors was some smokier version that was no longer necessary. So that went into the light. We are doing work to help you feel grounded, relaxed, and at ease and peaceful and happy to go about your day. I don't know why, but you just sneezed. Somebody just sneezed. That was something I literally get to see the version of every YouTuber. I just sneezed. And it's interesting because it was a sneeze of old dark energy just blasted out. As you're also all these colors too. But you're sort of all these colors like a slinky, but you're also one. One color that makes up all of what your reflection is. Spiritual, mental, emotional, physical, all of these parts of your identity, of your divine reflection, infinite reflection. Your human consciousness, your everything. It's amazing. There are more smoky energies coming out of your rainbow light and returning into the light. These are just old memory patterns, it's just old patterns, old broken record behaviors returning to the light so you can start thinking afresh now, not feeling contaminated by old broken record thinking. The old ego mind. This is really impactful. It's creating a spiral of energy directly out of the top of the head. So while I see it simultaneously, the slinky version with all these pieces coming out of the thin slices of color, I also see a solidified version where it's just coming in a spiral out of the top of the head, just smoky energy. And is returning into the divine light. There is a master of light here helping and assisting to return this energy into the divine light where it can be transformed. It is essential that I make this video for mankind because it is time now. It is already known that it was time. Time for human beings to lift from this experience and to be transformed in the light and to walk anew. A whole new steps, whole new experiences. A whole new way of thinking, a whole new way of being, a whole new way of sharing and loving. This is the truth. If I don't share this, who will? I share this for free in order to touch as many human beings as I can across the globe. That's my purpose here, to touch humanity, heal humanity, inspire humanity to see love. And to know that love is the only thing that is real. Love that is just shared freely. That is the most valuable version of love in existence. Love that asks for nothing in return, but just to please be happy and go enjoy your life and share love with others. That is what this is about. I give you love. Now let that love transform you and inspire you to share love with others. And now we create a domino effect that influences everybody across the globe. This is important. There's still energy work that is being done. We're funneling more energy up and out. Smoky energies. From deep within and below. So it's interesting because of what is size? What is the perception of density or whatever? Is something flat or is it a dimensional, And so I have smoky energy, literally like your butter churn, and it's coming out of all of the inside of you, just coming up and out of your head. Well, simultaneously coming from really deep down, like in an infinite space beneath your feet. I mean, it's coming from very far, far down, and then it's coming up and out as well. From what would be a flat screen, going straight down, even deeper than I ever knew you had an attack. I didn't even know you had anything down there. How do you have anything that far down? And then it's just coming up and out, just like that. Very far down, like miles below your feet. That's what it feels like to a human being, they say. This is my human perception or comprehension of this energy work, the best that I can make sense of it. We're doing more release from the heart portal. Everybody needs release from heart portal. We all do. Even I, every single day, I release more from my heart portal. This is very good for you. There's a giant bird, a colorful one even, but it's coming out as well. It's oversized. It's like an overstuffed bird. They're talking about look at the little birdie as a distraction of what is true love. This is the birdie that is a representation of what looks like something beautiful when it's truly not the value or the truth. It is part of the illusion. Examples of this in our real life would be fake boobs or our tablets with Pokemon, things of this kind. A really fancy car when you're making a lot of money and not really paying attention to those who are suffering in other places, starving to death. This is part of the old energy system. This is a big release for all human beings who watch this video. All need this. This is a big deal. There's more energy released through the heart portal. It's a very slow, sure experience I'm having right now. It's kind of nice because it's very relaxing. It's beautiful. There's some old smokier energies coming from the toes, out the calves, up the legs, past the knee, through the hips, coming out, just above the belly button. It's like a ribbon of dark energy being returned to the light now. We're altering your dimensional reality. What is a body that is being transformed into several different reflections of a space? I don't know what to make of it. There's basically 3 or 4 different versions of you. And there's one here that is sort of blinking as it kind of comes over here, as it comes over here. But yet they're all simultaneously in their own orb spheres, as they're supposed to be. So what looks like you are in one place, you are also simultaneously in several different dimensional spaces. It's hard to make sense of with our human mind, but they're saying there's some truth to this. It's the best I can make sense of it. They're wanting man and woman to not be separated but to now find each other in oneness and in balance with each other. Not women as more important or men as more important, but as both being the most important. In love and in oneness and in balance with each other, working together now as a team. And there's something about this here, because it needs to be male and female balanced with each other. Divine feminine is a big conversation, and we need to start honoring women again and helping women to see that they're beautiful for who and what they are. And when we heal women, we heal men too, because women and men need women to be balanced. And then men get a very balanced experience with women as well. And now there is a very balanced experience between the two sexes, and it's beautiful. This isn't just about sexuality, though. It's just about honoring the different styles of consciousness. And then planting roots together and balancing with the earth and allowing the earth to share the wisdom with you. Share the wisdom that helps to lead you on a pathway where you are respecting nature and allowing nature to heal you naturally. We need nature. We cannot do this thing without the earth. And if we keep contaminating it, we aren't going to have air to breathe. We aren't going to have water to drink. And what is it going to be? Our kids' responsibility? It needs to be our responsibility. It needs to be everybody's responsibility. And the earth needs this from us. And when we take care of the earth now takes care of us in more ways than any of us could possibly imagine, healing us naturally in ways that would seem magical and impossible. Just like snake venom being medicinal, being able to create medicine. That seems impossible, but yet it is the truth. We are sharing versions of wisdom and love in order to expand the mind. In order to expand your perceptions and balance with love. In order to create a unity between all. Not a unity in fear of each other, a unity in oneness. There's nothing to be afraid of when we are helping each other, nurturing each other, caring for each other. This isn't about this lifetime, it's about all the lifetimes it's taken to get to this point where we can now choose, what do we want? Do we want to continue the chaos experience? No, that is why we are ascending. We could not possibly ascend unless we actually wanted to be free of this already. And yet it is also part of the divine plan because it was part of the infinite mind that had wanted this for us as well. We are all part of one consciousness. So while it is being decided for us, we too have decided it for ourselves. And that is why we are ascending. Now let it happen and embrace it and run with it. Don't just it's like a kid with an ice cream cone and I don't know what to do with it. You eat it. You stuff your face full of it and you love it. It's Ascension energy. I don't know. I don't really know what to do with it. Life still kind of looks a bit crazy to me. Do something with it. Do something with your life. Give something to the earth. Whatever you can come up with. You can come up with something. Plant a seed today. And I have this idea about planting seeds. Every time you plant a seed, you get to put a penny in a jar. And then over time, you're going to have a jar full of pennies and you'll know you've planted that many trees for this earth. For yourself, for your children and their grandchildren, you've planted this many. And you'll be able to see it because you'll have a jar full of pennies. And you'll be able to remember every single place you planted a seed. And some of those places, a tree truly will grow. And you'll be able to see that tree grow throughout your lifetime. It'll be totally exciting. So 20 or 30 years later, you say, I planted that tree. I planted that tree. I planted that tree. I planted this tree. And over here, I planted that tree. And you're doing so much good for this earth and for human beings across the globe. Not just in your community, across the globe. And that is part of releasing from this old energy system. It's not about implants It's about altering the mind as well. We're doing energy work here to release you from old thinking behaviors, and then now we're filling you with new thinking behaviors, and it's quite lovely. You get to choose how you want to move on from here, but you are quite effectively healed right now in a way that is, it's going to make you wake up and feel like it's a new day for you. It always was a new day. And it finally is today, a day that I can acknowledge it. It's reality. And I feel blessed by that. That's what you should say. See what else. We are releasing more old energy patterns. This one looks like a sun coming out of the heart portal, and it has a very long tail, like a dragon tail or something. Say it isn't a dragon tail. I say it is a lion tail. So I'm watching it. It is now very clearly a lion tail. It's interesting. It's kind of just floating up and out like a balloon. So I'm asking if there's any explanation for what this means. They say let it be released and into the light. It no longer serves your purpose. It's odd. There are other versions of old that are to return to the light now. These ones look like really vicious dogs that are attached to one body with several heads. And there's quite a chain around the neck. And they're being pulled from the heart portal. They're vicious. They're the part of us that is angry and aggressive and wants to attack each other. Has no patience. I mean, it's part of us that is our internal aggression and anger mechanism. Our internal hatred of each other. That's not natural, they say, is not part of our natural organic makeup to be of the version of hate. It is part of an old energy system that was bestowed upon us in order to transcend our souls to learn and grow in new ways. Unfortunately, it was a chaos version. So we release this now into the light. It's ready to be released, they say. This one is literally a bunny rabbit coming out of a hat. And this is the illusionist, the magician, that tells you that it's sort of like those commercials about the newest weight loss pill that's going to work this time. How many of these have we heard already? We've been hearing about the latest weight loss pill for like how many years now? They know it works. They never will work. That's kind of what this is. That's what this reminds me of. Being taught and told about things that are there to help you, but they're just like pulling a rabbit out. There's something about it. It looks real, but it is not. It is just a trick. So this one is being released into the light now as well. They want me to pinpoint, these are coming out of your heart portal. Your heart has been feeling an association with these realities as though they are true versions of love, and they're not. So. This one is quite large. It looks like a monument. It is a reflection of creating a structure that is worthy of worship when we should be worshiping the lives of each other. When we should be worshiping and loving each other and not the objects. Loving the earth and not the Eiffel Tower, for instance. Eiffel Tower is pretty sweet, though. And it was quite a beautiful structure, a creative structure. But alas, you understand the meaning behind this. This, too, is being released into the light. This one is a train. This train is, it's basically telling you, showing you how far we've come. It's showing you how impressive we are now. We've created the train, the locomotive. It is not showing, it is something about this distraction has prevented us. They're talking about science that has created machines that I'm going to try my best to define this. It is a distraction or manipulation of the mind in order to bring about man's greatest accomplishments. There's something about this because creation is the most majestic, and it is not, you do not have to put any effort towards it. It shares its wisdom, its love with you, and you can transcend you, create wisdom within you. It can alter your entire experience instantly just through a connection with it. I'll let you decide more what this means to you, but I'm telling you, we have done far more extraordinary things than just create a locomotive. And they're forgotten. They're things that are forgotten. There's more energy release out of the heart portal. This one is a snake that is also sort of like a toy snake. Kind of like you could hold it and it moves back and forth. But yet it's moving on its own. There's another one. This one looks like a giant bear coming out. Fear tactic. This one is strong and aggressive and would be almost like, what, I mean, how am I supposed to say that's not real? I'm literally standing in front of a vicious bear that's going to bite my head off. Again, they're talking about the extremes of fear tactics and true war. I mean, how can you not deny that there's somebody blowing people's heads off out there? It's real, but yet it is a manipulative system. That is why it is so important for us to acknowledge that love is the most valuable tool. Not killing. War has never solved anything. War has only inspired war. And differences. And boundaries. And separations. And everything else that is not helping us to see the value of each other. You see now what implants are? They're inspirations they're inspiring us to not see the true value. The true value of loving each other. And it is not hard to release these. And that is why I am choosing to do this openly for everybody. I'm not going to charge this as a service. Everybody needs this. I want to touch as many human beings as I can, as fast as I can, and this is one way I can do it. So, this is about literally a lion coming out. A full-sized Lion King coming out. This is like a toy, like a puppet, a human puppet coming out, like Pinocchio style. This is a frog coming out, croaking. This is time coming out, perception of time that is altering in order to help you find balance through this ascension experience, because time is altering. It always was. What the illusionary world we've been in has provided us the experience of time. The new world we are entering into does not have the same perception of time at all. So we have to do that release as well. Reconstructing our entire perception of a reality is what they're saying. It is not what you think it is, and it is changing right before our very eyes, even if we can't always tell right now. That now moment is already happening and is happening. It is all over the place. What is 10 years from now? That is the old time system. What is today? Time is not what it used to feel like. And it is going to continue to go in this direction. This is an umbrella being removed. It is not open. It is just being pulled out. This is quite something, like a giant gorilla or something. Protective. And it's protection through being big. Being stronger, faster, cooler, better than you. It's a facade. I mean, gorillas are pretty, they're pretty scary. I wouldn't want to look at one with that brute force energy smashing me. But some people have these facades about them, and and they do it in order to protect their hearts and their souls, and their minds, and whatever. It's part of a facade. So we're letting that one go. This one is also going into the light. It is our need to have things that create the idea that we are, fancier, badger. We keep working towards this monetary goal so we can have a big house and we can afford things, really nice cars and boats and vacations and stuff. We're constantly working towards that dream. How many of us are constantly working that dream? And we're working the rest of our lives to take how many vacations in a lifetime? 10, maybe have that one car once we finally retire. You know what I mean? You work your whole life away. That's part of this that has to go out of everybody, even the people that have the money. This isn't easy to alter a system of this kind because some people are comfortable in their life, And a lot of us are not. But it's okay. We do this one step at a time, and I can understand. I understand that. And so you create balance slowly but surely, and then it creates itself, and you trust. Just more energy release. This is straight out the head. We're done with like the parade of stuff. We're just pulling this one out. We're sort of moving back and surrounding you by angels, archangels, and their light is so bright, just shining into you from all different directions. And it's so bright, and you are turning so bright. You are filling with so much light. You are standing up and you're feeling strong. You are feeling like you understand something more. Like you have a clarity or an understanding of what this is about. And you feel free from it. You feel free to see the world differently. And the value of human beings and the value of the earth is number one here. And the value of animals and insects even. That one's hard for me too, because I do not like spiders in my place. But I understand. And the value of air, fresh air, the value of fresh water, the value of fresh foods that are not genetically altered. They were as Mother Earth intended them to be. Those are what we need to be consuming and nothing else. The other version is a contaminated, illusionary version, like giving a girl surgery so her boobs are bigger. Like, are they real? I want them to be real, so yes. Is this food real? I want it to be because it's bigger. It doesn't mean better. This is helping. Alright, this is where I'm going to close out of this video. So, just be happy, okay? Just find relief. This is a free spiritual healing gift that I'm giving to you, to everybody. I'm doing this because I care about human beings. I'm doing this because I care about the earth. I care about every single human being on this globe. It doesn't matter what you do, what you experience. It does not matter. Everybody deserves to find freedom and relief and inspiration to heal and love others. Everybody. And so that is all for this video. If you would like to work with me directly, one-on-one, I'd be happy to meet you. I do provide spiritual healing and psychic readings at my website. It's abbynormalswisdomquest.com. Thank you for watching.